Okay, so for those of you looking for a fix for your Kawasaki Ridge doors, if you've got one that, like, if it's popping open or if it's popping to the safety latch per se, you know, if it does this while you're going down the road, this is the fix that I've come up with. If you're interested, here you go. If you're not, so be it. So what I did is, you know, on your standard car doors and your trucks and things like that, you know, your striker has plastic here. Keeps your door from rattling, things like that. I got on Amazon. I bought this tubing. It's just airline plastic tubing. I will get you the measurements on it. I believe it's 3/8 outer diameter, and the thickness is like I don't know, it's like 0.047 or something. Anyway, I'll get a link to it or whatever. I'll post it on my post. But anyway, this is what I used. I just held it up here like this, and I went to the edge, cut me a piece. To fix the door latch, what I did is, so I closed this all the way, started with it like that. You're gonna need a die grinder, something like this, or if you've got an air one, that's fine. You're gonna need a burr bit like this. So what I did is I took this and I cut just a piece off of that roll of tubing just for checking, and so I started grinding this out. You're gonna wanna grind it out with this closed. You're gonna grind this out until you can fit that piece of tubing inside that. Once it starts to fit in there, you're gonna have to take a little bit more off of this side, just because when you go to close this is gonna rub on the tubing. So you're gonna do that, and you will have to take some off of here also, because these are, you know, they're a little bit smaller. So anyway, I ground this down. So then once you get that done, once you can fit the piece of tubing in there, you're gonna want to open this. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this and you're gonna go back here with it. And you're gonna wanna go back a little bit further, so that way whenever you close this, you notice that the catch is here, but this is ground back. The reason for this is, so that way when you close the door, this can actually go back further, so you hit your second latch. So that's why you want to do that. Anyway, if you're interested, here's, you know, simple, pretty much how I did it. Then you don't have to take it out and do all the bending of a rod and all that other stuff. One other thing I did notice, you know, these came factory with this rubber piece in here. It was shoved pretty far back. I took this, mine was already kind of just flopping around in here. They're not held on with very good adhesive. I took some like 5-minute epoxy and I put some on it, and I actually moved mine to the front, so it actually kind of sits on there now. I did kind of grind this down at an angle, as you can see, so that way the striker just kind of like goes up onto it. But like I said, you can take this and just kind of grind that down a little bit. These move, you know, you can move them out, and I just glued it in there with some 5-minute epoxy. But anyway, but you'll notice that, like, now my door, you know, you do have to slam them a little harder, but you know, you don't hear that clink, 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 clink anymore. And you'll notice how nice and easy they open. So, I mean, if that works for you, then, but I mean, you do kind of have to slam them a little harder, but like I said, they latch harder, they don't move. You know, the top, you notice the top doesn't move anymore. You know, like you get going down the road and the top sits here and does this shit. But anyway, so hope that works out for somebody.